But I be thinking all my shit funny. Think it's just me.
It'd be funny.
Do it be funny?
Yeah. That one wasn't, but
What?
some things are funny. That was
Son of a bitch. Are we good? Ladies and gentlemen, question of the day is, should a woman be allowed to use her ex-husband's last name after the divorce? Should it be illegal to use her ex-husband's last name for getting a bill in her name, credit, anything? Should that be illegal? Wait for it.
usually those married women that do divorce, they still carry that last name, their husband's last name. So it's their choice if they want to change it.
Should it be illegal?
I don't think it should. It's up to that person to go ahead and change the last name back.
So women should have all the rights in a marriage and the divorce, according to you.
I'm not saying that because a lot of times the divorce can be because of the other party. It can be of the woman. You don't necessarily have to
No,
be the
but
man.
but a man don't take the woman name. The woman takes the man's name.
Yes.
Should it be illegal for her to keep using his name as though they're married, even though they're divorced?
I really don't think it has. It's not a big deal, you know. Once they're divorced, they're divorced. That's it.
So once they're divorced,
That's it.
that's
But
it.
but the thing is about that, if that
Okay,
if
don't
that
talk to me. Talk to it, the mic.
if they were married,
Because this is not a personal conversation. This is a
say,
show.
if they were married, I say 15 years. They divorced after 15 years because unreconcilable differences or whatever it could be, any kind of issue. Um, and they go on with their lives. Each one might marry, someone else, or one of them won't marry. Even though that they were married that 15 years, one of the parties just dies, you know, and that happens because that's life. We
Here,
all are here to die. We're not here to stay.
Yeah, but die with your own
So-
last name, though.
No, well.
Yeah, if you're going to die and we divorce, die with your own damn
The
name.
point that I'm getting to is...
Get to the point.
If you were married
Come
over
on.
10 years, and that person goes on, moves on with life, and lives life, and marries someone else, you go on and marry someone else, or you don't. When that other partner dies that you were married to for so many years, after 10 or more years, and that person dies, then whatever they had is yours. It does not go to that second husband or that second wife. It goes to that first one.
Okay, we thank you for that bit of information.
So,
but that's off the topic,
either
dear.
way, well,
that's off the topic.
The deal is
the deal is you're not even talking about the topic.
If once
should a female still use her ex-husband's name after a divorce?
Like I said, it's their choice. They can go and have their name changed back.
Should it be illegal?
I don't think it should be illegal.
So you don't think women should take accountability for nothing?
What is wrong with carrying the same last name as your ex-husband? What's the problem?
Because if I get married to somebody else and her name is Blunt, two people walking around don't need to be calling each other Blunt. Let's say me and my ex got kids together. But I'm married to another woman. Do you think it's right she should walk up and say, hey, Miss Blunt? Hey, Miss Blunt? Now, it's two Miss Blunts in the house, but it's only one Miss Blunt I'm fucking. I'm only fucking one, but everybody's saying Mrs. Blunt to both of them.
It's just, it depends on those
they don't depend on shit. Okay, then I got to take this shit over because you tripping like a mother. Okay, here's the thing.
I wouldn't care.
It doesn't matter if you would care.
I'm married to Mr. Jones.
But it doesn't matter
That's my
whether
husband. I don't care nothing about.
It doesn't. We're not talking about your feelings, dear. We're not talking about your. Okay, get in the mic. Don't look dead at me. Get in the mic.
What I mean is, I don't give a flip about an old girl that he was married to.
But my wife may give a flip about it.
I don't.
My wife
because he my husband.
God damn. We're doing a show, so one person got to talk, and you just can't keep talking. You just can't just keep talking, even though you hear me trying to talk. My wife may give a damn about being somebody else being called Miss Blunt. She should not have the right to be called Mrs. Blunt if we're not together. And we're not going to be together again. We got a divorce. So her name should legally go back to whatever the fuck it was.
She would legally have to go
No. Let me talk so you can understand. It should be binding that once you get a divorce and you're no longer Mrs. Blunt, everything that you put in Mrs. Blunt's name, you should have to contact those people, the creditors, the insurance companies, the credit union, whatever it is that she got during Mrs. Blunt. It should be notified, I am not Mrs. Blunt any fucking more. So nothing should be coming to Mr. Blunt. Because they going to send shit to Mr. Blunt thinking that's the same damn address, but they not together again. That man could never move on because he always getting mail from her or whoever sent it, because she never changed it over and said that's not my address anymore. That's not my last name anymore. And my wife don't need to see somebody else's mail coming here as Mrs. Blunt. You not getting it yet? It doesn't matter how a woman feel about. Well, I feel like it doesn't matter whether you feel like changing it. It ought to be legal. It ought to be illegal to keep that man's last name. If you wanted a divorce, that means you wanted your last name back, right?
Yes, if I wanted a divorce, yes.
Well, okay, yeah, okay,
I'd get
yeah.
my name changed.
Yeah. If you wanted a divorce, you wanted your last name back, right?
Yes.
You wanted the whole world to know you got your last name back.
Yes.
So your ass ought to be responsible for contacting everybody that you dealt with as someone's husband and say, I am no longer that person's husband. No mail should be going to that house. Change my name to whatever the fuck it used to be. And if they don't, that man ought to be able to sue her ass for fucking his life up. Because if he move on, that means he moved the hell on. That means none of her business ought to be coming to his house.
True.
And if she don't get the address changed and some mail come, he ought to be able to take her ass to court and sue the fuck out of her because she didn't follow the law, which is getting the fucking mail changed, the address changed, her last name changed. None of that. You should not be able to use that man's last name if you are no longer together with that person. That's not your spouse. 9 times out of 10, it's not your friend. You no longer talk ever.
True.
But she's able to move on. But her shit still coming to his house. No. It ought to be the law. If you want your last name back, take it back.
True.
100%. Fuck how you feel. Fuck how you feel about any of it. If a person decides that they want their shit back, take it back completely.
I have the right to do that.
You go to the mailbox. You
My-
looking
my
for
thing-
your mail. Some other person's mail coming to your house. No. It shouldn't happen. My mail should be my mail 100% of the time. Not her shit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Would you want your ex-husband's mail to come? Well, you just said you didn't give a shit no way. But people that give a shit and people that have moved on kind of got a problem with it. People that give a shit about their personal space, because it's my space. And I don't need they shit coming into my space, because they didn't want to be in my space. So it ought to be law to where they keep their shit out of my space. You can put a man on child support, and he ain't got to go around in her space. It just come out through his check, right? They make sure that that woman's shit is her space, right? They don't make sure that man's space is his space, right?
No, they don't. That's right.
But they should. I'm not saying that that's what they do. They should, though. If you wanted your fucking name back, then nothing should be coming with another nigga's name.
No.
Ever. He should never get anything.
In my household.
Exactly. Ever. It needs to be law. If it comes, your ass gonna get fined. Take that shit to court. His ass ought to get paid for being your fucking mailman.
And a lot of things do happen, when that, is going on. Because I've heard of the other party going and getting a loan and their other party's name.
Yep.
And that's fraud.
They should not be able to get in nobody's account.
No.
That shit is over with. I'm Miss Blunt. No the fuck you not. No the fuck you not. You miss whoever the fuck you was. Put that on the application. I need to fill out this application. Okay, man, what's your name? Miss whatever the fuck I was before Blunt. Mm-hmm. That's what it ought to say. Whatever the hell you was before Mrs. Blunt.
True.
Is what I ought to be on that motherfucker. See, if we don't teach these young guys, they ain't gonna know shit. No. If nobody ever brings shit to their attention, they gonna live the same fucked up life as some fucked up dude that didn't hear this message.
Right.
This ain't about nobody's feelings. Courts don't deal with feelings.
No, they don't.
They deal with how can I get away with some shit to make sure this motherfucker get paid. So, since we can't get child support, let's find other ways we can collect from their ass. And you ain't got to worry about it because you're not even married.
Nope.
So you can help us out.
Mm-hmm.
The vengeful woman on the next.
I do have a Mr. Jones, though, so,
Yeah, of course. All women do. I don't think no woman's single. I don't think no woman's single even if I meet them and they say they single. I don't think no woman's single. Because all men looking for thing, looking for that, Mm-hmm. And they just got them in their phone. They may not want them, but they got them. I don't think no woman's single. But I do believe in what's fair is fair.
True.
Change your shit. Change your address. Because apparently you haven't changed your fucking mind.
That's a point.
See what I'm saying? Change all of your shit to what you want it to be, which was free, doesn't include me. Period.
True.
And the laws should make that person. Here's the thing. You know what Ike told Tina? Now, you know what Tina told Ike?
She wanted her name.
She wanted his name. No, she didn't want her name.
Well,
No.
no.
Let's say this shit right. No, fuck that. Let's say this shit right. Who name did she want?
She wanted the last name.
Come on now.
Turner.
Don't beat around
That's
the
what
fucking.
she wanted.
You know what I'm
paid
trying to
for
get
it.
at.
She
She
said
wanted
that she
Ike's
wanted
last
it.
name.
Yes.
Not
And
she wanted.
paid him.
She didn't want that last name. She didn't want her last name. She didn't want the name she came in. She wanted her husband's last name.
Yes.
Say that.
That's what I just said.
No, you said she wanted her
Turner.
last name.
She bought it.
She didn't want her
paid
last
him
name.
for
She
it.
didn't buy shit.
She did.
That's
She did.
his
That's
last
a known
name.
Fact. That's a known fact. She paid him for it.
Not in court.
She
Before
paid
court. When they
for
went to
that
court,
name.
she asked for that name.
She paid him for it.
But they had to go to court for it. The point
Yes.
is, are we listening to the point?
Yes.
Before she paid for that name. She just wanted it. Because she felt entitled to it. But she's not entitled to it. And let me tell you why. Because she had to pay for it.
Right.
Boom.
That's why I said she had to pay for
Okay,
the
are you
last
getting the point
name.
though? Are you getting the point?
Because it
Oh
was her
shit, we
stage
finna go
name.
off. Are you getting the point?
I'm getting the point. I got the
She
point.
had to pay for it, right?
Yes, she did.
Because it wasn't hers.
Yes.
It was whose?
It was his name.
His name. Exactly. That's his shit. You came into his world. And when you leave his world, take all your shit, including your name. That's why she paid for it. Because it wasn't hers, dear. I'm glad you argued that point. Because a lot of people would have thought the same thing. But wouldn't have realized the only reason she had to pay for... Do you have to pay for air?
No, not.
It's just there, right?
It's free.
Right?
Yeah.
It ain't free. It's just there.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay because it doesn't cost anything, right?
No, it doesn't.
But if you want a car, do you have to pay for a car that's not yours?
Yes.
So you have to pay for that, right?
Yes.
Huh? See, Ike didn't have to pay. Ike didn't have to pay for his last name.
No, we didn't.
It came with being born.
Right.
Tina had to pay for his last name because it wasn't hers.
Right.
And if your ass don't die with it, you was renting it.
True.
So when you got married, you was renting that last name until you decide to default on the loan.
Okay.
Now you got to pay full price, and the price is whatever the hell I say for my last name. You know how many women would love to be Blunt? You got Johnsons and shit like that, just regular ass names. Blunt is a special ass name. That's original. Miss Blunt? What the? Miss who? How you spell that? Like the weed? You just getting popular just telling motherfuckers your name. You are. You are. It's true. You getting popular telling motherfuckers your last name is Miss Blunt. Oh, you come on right in, Miss Blunt. Her name is... Yeah, uh-huh. You got a damn last name is Smith. That ought to be half price. If your last name is Smith, she ought to pay half price. Well, Smith and Wesson. I don't know, you might got a little case there. Smith and Wesson. You might got a little case there. But Johnson, ain't nothing but baby powder. Johnson and Johnson got the same fucking names. Anyway, I don't think that a person should be able to carry on your name and y'all don't even fuck with each other. And a woman shouldn't have the right to feel like I'm still... No.
Well,
You chose to move the fuck on, move the fuck on.
They can pay the fees, whatever it is.
No,
necessary.
I don't want nobody to have my last name.
No.
Well, yeah, pay
You
them, yeah.
have to pay to change your name. That's a known fact.
Well, that motherfucker must be broke.
I'm sure, because it costs up there to get
A
it
lot
done.
of people
It costs some money
still
to do
be using their ex-husband's name. And it's like weird. I thought about that shit like the other day. I know this lady been married like 2-3 fucking times. But the shit be coming in different fucking names. And that's what made me bring this topic up. That's a lot of niggas you've been married to. Yeah. And you still using every last one of their names? No, you need
that doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do that.
You need to go back to your original fucking name and stick with that. Because you chose to be there, unless they died. But if they died, then you didn't get a divorce. So you keep the name.
Yeah.
But if they still alive and you wanted to go back to being free, then you need to go back to being with that free ass name that you had. At least you told them you was free, but you probably wasn't.
You got a point there.
Yeah, and don't they say what you if you getting A prenup, what you came in a relationship with, that's what you leave with. You came in a relationship with a different name, right? Mm-hmm. That's what the fuck you ought to leave with. And on that note, this is the Bluntology Show. Peace, and we're out. How you looking over there?